Measures of dispersion are statistical tools that describe how spread out or scattered the values in a dataset are. In other words, they help us to understand the variability within our data. They can be broadly divided into two main categories: absolute measures or relative measures. Absolute measures give us the actual amount of dispersion in the same units as the data. Here are the 5 most common ones. A. The range, which is the difference between the highest and the lowest values in a dataset. B. The interquartile range. This is the difference between the upper and lower quartiles, showing the spread of the middle 50% of the data. C. The variance. This is the average of the squared differences from the mean, giving us a sense of the overall spread. D. The standard deviation. And this is the square root of the variance, representing the average distance of each data point from the mean. And finally, the mean deviation. This is the average of the absolute differences between each value and the mean. Now let's go on to the relative measures. Relative measures, on the other hand, express dispersion as a ratio or percentage, making it easier to compare variability across different data sets or units. Here are the different types. A. The coefficient of range. This is the ratio of the range to the sum of the highest and lowest values. B. The coefficient of variance. This is the ratio of the standard deviation to the mean, and this is often expressed as a percentage. C. The coefficient of quartile deviation. This is the ratio of the interquartile range to the sum of the upper and lower quartiles. It is calculated by dividing the interquartile range, that's the difference between the third and the first quartiles, by the sum of the first and the third quartiles, and then multiplying it by 100. This provides a percentage representation of the dispersion in the data. And finally, the coefficient of mean deviation. This is the ratio of the mean deviation to the central point, which may be the mean, median, or mode. So we can have the coefficient of mean deviation from the mean, which is the mean deviation divided by the mean, or the ratio of the mean deviation to the mean. We can also have the coefficient of mean deviation from the median, which is the ratio of the mean deviation and the median. And then we can have the coefficient of mean deviation from the mode, which is the ratio of the mean deviation to the mode. The choice of the central point used, either the mean, median, or mode, depends on the nature of the data and the research question. So in summary, absolute measures give us the actual spread in the original units of the data, whilst the relative measures allow us to compare dispersion across different data sets by removing their units. Understanding both types helps us to analyze data more effectively, whether we're working with raw numbers or we're comparing different groups. This is a super quick overview of the measures of dispersion. Now, if you want to learn more about the individual measures, then feel free to check out the videos in the description. And if you've gained value with this video and you want to support my efforts, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and share with your friends and colleagues to help them. See you in the next video. And as always, thanks for watching.